Good evening, one and all. We'll be starting today's session in a minute. Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2024, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today is commemorated as World Post Day. Over 1.5 billion people worldwide, approximately 28% of the global adult population, access basic financial services like payments, money transfers, and savings through postal networks. The global parcels market has grown from just 450 billion US dollars in 2018 to over 500 billion US dollars in 2020. 53% of post offices in the worldwide insurance a critical financial service. To strengthen the resilience of low-income individuals faced with irregular and unpredictable levels of revenue. With a network comprising more than 650,000 offices and 5.3 million staff globally, and a public service mandate from many governments, the Post is unparalleled in its ability to deliver services to anyone, anywhere. So the theme for 2024 is 150 years of enabling communication and empowering people across the nation. In 2024, the Universal Postal Union celebrates its 150th anniversary. In 2024, with the theme 150 years of enabling communication and empowering people across nations, this year's World Post Day recognizes the UPU's long-standing achievements and reinforces its commitments to serve all peoples for the decades and centuries to come. Join the celebration of the historic milestone as we reflect on 150 years of progress and look forward to a future where communication remains a driving force for peace, prosperity, and global understanding. World Post Day is celebrated each year on 9th October. the anniversary of the establishment of Universal Postal Union in 1874 in the Swiss capital, Bern. It was declared World Post Day by the UPU Congress held in Tokyo, Japan in 1969. Since then, countries across the world participate annually in celebrations. The post in many countries use the event to promote new postal products and services. In 2015, all over the world committed themselves to working together towards achieving sustainable development goals, which aim to end extreme poverty and hunger, fight inequality and injustice, take action to the reverse climate change, to name just some of these 17 agreed new goals. Playing its part in its global effort, the post date today was a more relevant tool than ever by providing infrastructure for development. The purpose of World Post Day is to create awareness of the role of postal sector in people's and business everyday lives and its contribution to the social and economic development of countries. The celebration encourages member countries to undertake program activities aimed to generating a broader awareness of their post role and activities among the public and media on a national scale. Every year, more than 150 countries celebrate World Post Day in a variety of ways. In certain countries, World Post Day is observed as a working holiday. Many posts use the event to introduce a new postal product and services. Some posts use World Post Day to reward their employees for good service. In many countries, philatelic exhibitions are organized and new stamps and date cancellation marks are issued. Other activities include display of World Postal Day posters in post offices and other public places, open days at post offices, mail centers, and postal museums, the holding of conferences, seminars, and workshops, as well as the cultural, sport, and other recreational activities. Many postal administrative issues special souvenirs such as t-shirts and badges. For countries participating in the UPU International Letter Writing Competition, national winners are often honored on 9th October. Established in 1874, the Universal Postal Union, UPU, with its headquarters in Bern, Switzerland, is the second oldest international organization worldwide. After the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, it coordinates postal policies among member nations in addition to the worldwide postal system and became on 1st July 1948 a specialized agency of the United Nations. The United Nations is the only organization in the world which is neither a country nor a territory that is permitted to issue postage stamps. It is also the only postal authority to issue stamps in three different currencies, namely US dollars, Swiss francs, and euro. The first United Nations stamps were issued in US dollar denominations on United Nations Day, 24th October 1950. UN stamps have illustrated aims and achievements of the United Nations. Today is also commemorated as International Top Spinning Day, which occurs every second Wednesday of October, falling on October 9th this year, to the delight of lovers spinning tops around the world. This event was initiated by a museum in Burlington, Wisconsin. A spinning top is a toy with a square body and a sharp bottom that is designed to be spun on its vertical axis. The International Top Spinning Day celebration is about this toy. The day is celebrated by all lovers of spinning tops around the world, who on this day joyfully participate in and enjoy spinning tops in quirky and unusual environments around them. Tops can come in different shapes, sizes, and colors, but they all have the characteristics of being able to defy gravity in exactly the same way as explained by the gyroscope effect that uses inertia, gravity, momentum, and centrifugal force. In 2003, when the Spinning Top and Yo-Yo Museum in Burlington, Wisconsin created International Top Spinning Day, and its director, Judith Schultz, likened the rotation of the toy and spun to the earth spinning around its axis. Today is also commemorated as Baby Loss Awareness Week. So Baby Loss Awareness Week is commemorated in UK from October 9 to 15. In the UK, it aims to raise awareness of baby loss during pregnancy, at birth, or in infancy, while supporting bereaved parents and families. This week is also an opportunity for bereaved parents and their families and friends. The week is also an opportunity for bereaved parents and their families and friends to unite with others across the globe to commemorate their babies' lives. Moreover, Baby Loss Awareness Week is to drive important improvement in care and support for those affected by pregnancy and baby loss. Baby Loss Awareness Week is a week of remembrance. It's also to raise awareness of such losses to improve care and support for those affected. The Baby Loss Awareness Week is a week of remembrance. It's also to raise awareness of such losses to improve care and support to those affected. It began as Baby Loss Awareness Day on October 15, 2002 in the UK. It was initiated by a group of partners inspired by pregnancy and infant loss. In 2003, the campaign expanded from a day to week with events held across the UK. The first Wave of Light event was held at American International Church in London, attended representatives and members of each participating organization. In 2004, the campaign was a formal collaboration between the Time Organization. In 2006, the distinctive two-color ribbon was introduced, the pink and blue ribbon. Ribbon pins were made again by bereaved parents with their family and friends. Since 2010, SANDS played an essential role in organizing baby loss awareness. In 2014, began taking a lead role in promoting the campaign as part of their work. Today is also commemorated as Curious Events Day in US, which is a day to wonder about everything we were wondered about. Why can't we find out what happened to Roosevelt? Be inquisitive, be persistent, and be so Curious Events Day is celebrated October 9th, and it's day to wonder about everything we were ever wondering about. Curious Events Day is aptly named since it is itself a curiosity. Nobody knows how it generated or when, certainly not why, all of which makes an appropriate subject for Some have theorized that it was intended as a day when we could feel free to not sweat the small stuff, the annoying squeak in the door of the medicine chest, those hard to open blister cracks, the speed with which refrigerated strawberries appear to have attracted Briar Lynn. With all that off our minds, we could concentrate on really worthing of our mental ability. In fact, Curious Events Day may be PR stunt, or it may be a born in late night session involved too much drinking with participants waxing silly, wondering if there is a genius record or a Guinness record for a large number of sumo wrestlers jumping on bubble wrap, and why some people insist the Cleandro tastes like soap. Nevertheless, it's a digital holiday now. Now it's perfect day to be curious, baffled, and ancient systems, modern conspiracy theories, and disappointment of Amela Derk. Day is also commemorated as Emergency Nurses Day. Nursing as a profession requires a great deal of compassion and expertise. The nurses working in hospital emergency wards have to deal with numerous difficulties all through their working hours. A special focus is placed on Emergency Nurses Day, which is part of wider celebration of Emergency Nurses Week. Events are held around the world to express gratitude and show support for their emergency nurses who provide invaluable care and assistance to those in need. Emergency Nurses Day celebrations first started in 1989 and it has been observed ever since. It was established by the American in 2001, the Emergency Nurses Association began celebrating the entire week as Emergency Nurses Week. This allowed the association to highlight the contributions of emergency nursing professionals. Emergency rooms handle cases of allergic reactions, accidents, and matters, and that their care is prioritized. They begin with stabilizing the patient, and once that is done, diagnose the problem and start working to nurse the patient back to health. Needless to say, it is a traumatic job having to deal with parents whose lives are on the line. Emergency nurses are patients, calm under pressure, compassionate, and also have exceptional critical thinking skills. They work as a part of team with other teams. Today is also commemorated as Guayaquil Independence Day in Ecuador, which is a national holiday on October 9 to commemorate Ecuador's liberation from Spanish rule in 1882. When October 9 falls on weekend, the holiday is typically observed the following weekday. Guayaquil, Ecuador's main city and economic center, goes all out of to commemorate Ecuador's Independence Day, known as Independencia de Guayaquil in the local district. Independence Day celebrations in most cities include anything from musical concerts and firework displays to cultural events and parades. For these independence ceremonies, important historical landmarks are used as host locations since Guayaquil is perfectly situated on the western bank of Guayas River. The city readily hosts visitors and tourists who came to join in for the celebration. Today is also commemorated as National C60 Day in US that creates awareness of the molecule C60 labeled as free radical sponge with unbelievable antioxidant properties and countless benefits. Although it may sound like the name of a character from Star Wars, and it was in fact discovered scientists studying interstellar space, C60 is completely natural and is actually found in the carbon rich atmospheres of giant red stars. C60's antioxidant power is several hundred times higher than that of conventional antioxidants, which is what sets it apart. It works at the cellular level to lift the oxidative burden and enhances mitochondrial function. What sets C60 manufacturers apart is how they purify C60. C60 purified through sublimation versus the commonly used oven bake method, which involves solvents, is recommended. And although C60 neutralizes free radicals, C60 lifts the oxidative burden. C60 optimizes mitochondrial function. Carbon is the basis of life, and despite it being a common element, it is one of the most complex and most studied. C60 or carbon 60 is a fullerenically made up of 60 carbon atoms that naturally occur, resembling a tiny hollow soccer ball. The proper scientific term for C60 is Buckminster Fuller, named after the revolutionary theorist, inventor, and futurist Buckminster Fuller. He was the first to hypothesize the existence of the molecule in 1979 and predicted that the carbon molecule would be widely used in medicine in the future. In 1985, Sir Harold Walter Proto of the University Sussex, along with Richard Smalley and Bob Cull of Rice University, conducted experiments to determine the molecule responsible for observing infrared light into outer space. Spectrometry evidence showed that the formation of C60 atoms with a spheroidal geometry, their serendipitous findings resulted in the discovery of C60. The molecule was named Buckminster fullerene in honor of Buckminster Fuller. 3 scientists were awarded the Nobel Prize for discovering C60 on October 9, 1996. Every year on this day, National C60 Day is celebrated. C60 is found in nature, but it very likely predates life on Earth. It is produced by dying stars called red giants, and it can be found in meteor impacts, lightning strikes, and very tiny amounts can be found in the burnt wicks of candles. The incredible versatility and resilience of C60 have led some to suggest C60 may have played a part in the formation of the life itself. Today, C60 has gained a reputation in the alternative health community and is increasingly recommended by doctors and nutritionists. Today is also commemorated as National Bring Your Teddy Bear to School in US, which takes place on the second Wednesday of October, and this year falls on October 9th. Whenever we think of teddy bears, we think of our nighttime buddy and one that brings us peace and comfort. Whether you are a child, a teen, or even adults, you'll find that teddy bears just bring the warmth and happiness anyone should feel. They come in all shapes and sizes, just do the trick, delight anyone's day. With National Bring Your Teddy Bear to School Day, you can encourage and uplift those around you. You can get to remind that everyone deserves to be comforted. The teddy bear was named after the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt. In November of 1902, Roosevelt, who was a passionate hunter, went on a hunting trip to Mississippi. Among those who accompanied him were other hunters, reporters, a hunting guide, and a few hunting dogs. They noticed that they were on trial of a black bear. A few days came by. The Roosevelt went back to campsite while others kept searching for the bear. They found that they found the bear and called for the Roosevelt to come. Seeing the bear tied to a tree and cornered by dogs, he refused to shoot it. However, to put the bear out of its misery and injury, he has the bear die in a less gruesome way. The event and incident paved the way for several caricatures and cartoons to come out. For instance, a cartoon titled Drawing the Line in Mississippi, which showed Roosevelt refusing to shoot the bear, was created and drawn by Clifford Berryman. This appeared in the Washington Post and made even more noise. Morris and Rose Mitchum, candy shop owners, were inspired to make the first teddy bear, which was originally called Teddy Bears. They asked the permission of Roosevelt himself to allow the name for mass production. They founded the toy company, Ideal Toy Company, where they produced commercial teddy bears for everyone to buy. While this was happening, Richard Steiff created a stuffed teddy bear, which also became very popular. Today is also commemorated as National Curves Day in US. On the second Wednesday of October honors plus-size women and men around the world. This year it falls on October 9th. There's something for everyone in terms of fashion, beauty, wellness, fitness, networking, and branding. Top designers, famous models, bloggers, editors, media. Back in 1800s, a curvaceous physique was considered desirable. Things changed in 1900s, according to Dr. Lauren Downing Peters. As technology evolved and it was no longer necessary to order clothes, mass production meant fewer people with different body types and get the garments they desired. Originally, stout wear was split from the rest of sizing to solve our community's particular buying issues, which range from business not carrying larger sizes to sales people delivering poor customer service. The first purely plus size shop was on the market in 1904, Lena Branch. Already well known for her ability to modify mass produced garments and create personalized lingerie, established a business in the New York City maternity outfit, which was deemed controversial or at this time was ordered by an early client. Because of this act, Casey Dunbar Bell, creative director and CEO of John Mark Collection, established National Curves Day in 2015 to encourage women and now men to appreciate themselves exactly as they are. National Curves Day was established as a worldwide non-profit COED social organization in 2016, representing inner serenity, confidence, and love for oneself and others. It was created to inspire plus size women to appreciate their bodies and be more self confident. But it has today is also commemorated as National Digital Tool Day in United States. National Digital Tool Day is celebrated on October 9th in the US since August 2019 and is a day to celebrate Digi2 USA, which is the only manufacturer of flight instruments for hot air balloons in the US. Digital USA manufactures digital balloon instrument model 3, DBI-3, which is considered to be the only balloon instrument in the world that has Federal Aviation Administration and European Aviation Safety Agency approval. As a sponsor, National Digitool Day was celebrated at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, highlighting the products of Digitool USA. Today is also commemorated as National Moldy Cheese Day in US, which is equivalent of Christmas time for all cheese lovers out there. There are over 1,000 types of cheese ranging from different styles, textures, and flavors depending on the origin of the milk, butter fat content, bacteria, and mold, etc. Blue cheese is the most popular kind of moldy. Today is also commemorated as National Stop Bullying Day in US, which falls on second Wednesday in October. School children, their teachers, and their parents spend learning about bullying and recognizing how they can prevent it. It calls on schools and organizations to bring together children, educators, and parents for the sake of preventing bullying situations. Bullying can come in many forms, and victims can feel helpless or unsure of how to stop the situation. While bystander intervention is an effective way to stop bullying, in a real time understanding how it can be prevented can be even more important. Today is also commemorated as South Korea Hangul Day in South Korea. It is also known as Korean Alphabet Day. It is observed annually on October 9. It is a national holiday to commemorate the invention and proclamation of the Korean alphabet known as Hangul or Hangul. It is celebrated as North Korea on January 15th as Chosun Gui Day. Before the invention of Hangul, Koreans wrote using classical Chinese with native phonetic writing systems. Hangul Day has been a national holiday since 1970, except for the years 1991 until 2012. So this day is observed to commemorate King Sejong's achievement and the promulgation of Hanminjeongeum, a document describing an entirely new script for the Korean language, which was later known as Hangul. There is also commemorated as Uganda Independence Day, which has always been a source of national pride for many Ugandans. Since gaining independence in 1962, Uganda has been referred to as Pearl of Africa. The following years were full of positive and negative accomplishments. Uganda, with a population of over 45 million, is located in the East Africa and is known for producing the world's most natural jewels. That is, pearls, parades, and performances are typically held nationwide to commemorate Uganda Independence Day. The celebrations and demonstrations frequently reflect on the country's exciting history and catch the attention of tourists worldwide. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Tomorrow we have we are celebrating World Mental Health Day. On that occasion, we are having an international conference. Those who are interested to make presentations and participation, kindly request you to register themselves or join tomorrow for the registration and participation. Thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.